Success begins in the mind. For a long time, the word mindset irritated me, not because it was wrong, but because of how it was used. It had become noise, empty phrases, smiling faces, sunrises, yachts. Just believe in yourself. That sentence means nothing when you're standing in a bakery at 4 in the morning, when wages are due, suppliers are late, costs keep rising, and at night, you're not sure whether the numbers will still work tomorrow. I considered myself realistic, grounded, practical, and I dismissed mindset as decoration, a way to romanticize struggle without touching reality. That belief held until one of the hardest phases of my entrepreneurial life. Nothing outside had suddenly collapsed. The market was difficult, yes. Pressure was high, yes. But something else had changed. Inside, I was doubting, constantly tense, mentally exhausted. My thoughts revolved around everything that could go wrong, what had already failed, what I might have misjudged, what the future could take away. And at some point, something uncomfortable became clear. My biggest problem was not the tax office, not competitors, not inflation. It was me and the way I was thinking. I was sabotaging myself, quietly, persistently, without noticing. I was thinking from scarcity, not from possibility. I was making myself smaller instead of thinking larger. I was imagining failure, not potential. And that matters more than most people are willing to admit, because the moment you believe you have no options, you stop seeing them. When you've already given up internally, there is no fight left to win externally. And when you constantly talk yourself down, your actions follow suit. I had misunderstood something fundamental. Success does not begin with a plan, it begins with a conviction. And that conviction is formed in the mind. This is where most people get uncomfortable, because mindset sounds abstract, unmeasurable, soft, but its effects are not. Your inner framework defines the limits of your behavior. If that framework is narrow, your actions will be narrow. If it expands, your range of action expands with it. Mindset is not motivation, it is orientation. It determines whether you look for solutions or stay inside the problem, whether you endure pressure or collapse under it, whether you interpret challenges as signals to quit or as signals to adapt. I learned that mindset is not Instagram language. It is the operating system everything else runs on. Once I understood this, I stopped treating mindset as a luxury and started treating it like infrastructure. I began observing my thoughts instead of obeying them, questioning them instead of accepting them, redirecting them instead of letting them spiral. I realized that thinking is not neutral. Thoughts are the soil in which actions grow, and soil must be cultivated deliberately, patiently, with discipline. That meant routines, reflection, sometimes affirmations, sometimes visualization, not because they were fashionable, but because they worked, not instantly, not dramatically, but consistently. The biggest shift was this: I stopped separating inner work from strategy. I began working on my mindset the same way I worked on my business model. Systematically, continuously, without embarrassment. I paid attention to my inner dialogue, to how I spoke to myself when things didn't work, to the tone I used when facing uncertainty, because I learned something simple and uncomfortable. If I grow, my company grows. If I believe there is a way, I look for it. If I believe it's over, I don't even try, and no tool can compensate for that. Mindset is not spiritual decoration. It is the foundation. Most people don't fail because they lack skill. They fail because their thinking collapses under pressure. They stop seeing options. They stop trusting themselves, they stop believing their actions matter. And once that happens, the outcome is already decided, long before the numbers reflect it. This is one of the 111 learnings. Success does not begin outside, it begins in the mind, not as optimism, not as blind belief, but as a deliberate stance toward reality, and that stance changes everything.